Okay, so we're going to start the eye talking about the accessory structures of the eye. This is something that we didn't cover in lab at all. We learned the basic parts and pieces of the eyeball in lab, but we didn't talk about accessory structures. Now, the PowerPoint and my handouts are all saying the same thing. So I'm just going to move to the handouts because I like them better. And let's talk about these accessory structures first. So this is going to be handout 17D. And if we go to our handout 17D, I just mentioned the function of these major accessory structures. So first of all, when we look at handout 17D, we're going to see eyebrows, eyelids, this tissue called conjunctiva, and then eyelashes. All I want you to remember, and all I want you to know, is the functions of these different structures. So I've always wondered, why do we have eyebrows? We've got this funky strip of hair that is, above our eyes. Why do you have that? Well, a couple of things. It's going to help divert perspiration from your forehead away from your eye. So you ladies that pluck every eyebrow out and then paint them back on, you shouldn't do that, because the actual hair of your eyebrow is going to protect you from perspiration and perspiration getting into your eyeball. So it diverts perspiration. It also shades our eye. It's kind of like how the football players put that black strip below their eye. Well, your eyebrow is like a darker strip above your eye to help shade your eyeball. So those are the two main functions of your eyebrows. I know they're weird, and you get those funky eyebrows you got to pluck and stuff, but they do serve a purpose. We have eyebrows for a reason. Now, this girl, obviously, she still has eyebrows, which is nice, but she also drew them on as well. So you can do that. So keep the actual hair and then just define it, with your makeup. Me, of all people, trying to give you makeup tips. Oh, well. Anyway, next are the eyelids. Our eyelids, excuse me, the eyelids are known as palpebrae. And so this picture here shows us our eyelids. They are going to do a couple of things. They're going to protect our eyes. So we can close our palpebrae to prevent dust and pollen, particulates from getting into our eyeball. But they also lubricate our eye. The cornea, that is the front of our eyeball, is a structure that doesn't really get a lot of nutrients and other substances. It's a pretty avascular structure. And so every time we blink and we close our palpebrae, we can spread tears and fluid across that cornea. So it helps keep our eyes lubricated and keeps our eyes from drying out. So that's the function of our eyelids. Now, on the inside of our eyelids, we have a tissue called conjunctiva. So it's the inner layer of the eyelid that's right up against the eye. And it's just a protective structure that helps protect our eye. It's kind of a pink color anyway. But if you get this infected, this conjunctiva, if it gets infected, you have what's called conjunctivitis, which is pink eye. And that is a infection of your conjunctiva, and it can spread onto the eye, make your eye very pink and irritated. It's very itchy. You secrete a lot of fluid trying to flush out your eye, and that's why it can stick together when you have pink eye or conjunctivitis. Then we have our eyelashes. So we've got these eyelashes that are coming out, and they are just a protective structure. They are designed to prevent particulates from getting into your eye. So if you're in a really dusty situation, your eye lashes are going to help divert particulates from getting into your eyeball. So the longer your eyelashes are, the more protection they can provide. So closing your eyes or blinking, these eyelashes can prevent particulates from getting into that eye. All right, so that is the outer accessory structures of our eye. We also have tears. Tears are generated not in what we call tear glands or tear ducts, but lacrimal. So the lacrimal gland is your tear gland. And what's really cool about this is they're located lateral to your eye. So this structure is showing us our lacrimal apparatus, our tear apparatus. Our tear glands, our lacrimal glands, are located on the outside portion, the lateral portion of our eye. What they do is they produce tears that then flow from lateral to medial. So they flow across your eye from the outside of your eye towards the inside of your eye. Now, yeah, it's true that tears can fall out and run down your cheek, but you have an apparatus that can collect tears. And so the lacrimal gland is going to produce tears. Tears are really designed to lubricate as we blink and to wash out our eyes. So if you do get any particulates in your eyeball, your tears can wash out your eyes and cleanse them. So we're moving the material across the eye to clean it and lubricate it. Now we have this lacrimal apparatus that is inside our face to collect excess tears. Tears are collected in this set of tubes called the lacrimal caniculi. So they're going to collect excess tears and direct it into this lacrimal sac. So the lacrimal sac is a pouch that collects these excess tears, and then the excess tears can move down the nasolacrimal duct into our nasal cavity. All right, so the nasal cavity is going to collect these excess tears. That's why when you are crying, you often get stuffy nose. That's because those excess tears are moving from your eyes down the lacrimal caniculi into the nasolacrimal duct and then into your nose. So when you are crying, you're crying, oh God, why? Maybe your significant other ditched you or left you, or maybe, you're really upset, so you're crying. The tears are moving medial. They are collecting in those lacrimal caniculi and then moving down the lacrimal sac into the nasolacrimal duct into your nasal cavity. So that's why you have to blow your nose when you are crying. So yeah, you do produce mucus in your nose. So some of what you're blowing out of your nose is mucus, but a lot of what you're blowing out is tears. And those tears are a byproduct of emotion. So our limbic system can invoke the production of tears, and also the particulates getting into our eye. So the emotional response is kind of just a byproduct of I just screwed that up. The tears are a byproduct of emotion. So the production of tears during an emotional response is just kind of a side thing for what the real function of tears are. Okay, so I'm having a heck of a time recording these videos today. I'm just not in sync. I don't have it, I guess. So we're going to push on, though. I'm not going to delete this and redo it. I'm going to let you see my mistakes. I'm human too. So these tear ducts, make sure that you know the lacrimal system. All right. So next will be the parts and pieces of the eye itself.